Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash, the bonus to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, it's Aratazah coming at you once again. Got another impromptu video I want to do, basically discussing the topic of faith. All right, a topic that basically cannot be talked about enough, man. And faith is a very pretty much the key ingredient, to our salvation in these latter days that are approaching, man. All right, and I just want to hit a few points on that, through the Spirit. All right, and I'm gonna start at Saint John chapter 3. All right, and I'm gonna just jump right down. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna just start at 16. All right, this is Saint John 3:16. It says, "For the Most High so loved the world." All right. So, hey, and we know, man, those that's in the know, all right, we know that this world is pertaining to really the elect of the nation of Israel. All right. Contrary to popular belief, this is not talking about all of mankind, so to speak, as a whole, which is what, the Christians believe, or hell, just the average person that read this verse, they'll perceive this world that is speaking about to be everybody, blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called white people, all nations and all people, which really is pertaining to the elected nation of Israel. Because when you read Hebrews, the first chapter, which matter of fact, let me just get that real quick. Okay. Hebrews, the first chapter, and I believe it's the second verse. It says, matter of fact, I just start from 1 and read the 2. It says, Hebrews 1 and 1. It says, "The Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in times past unto the fathers by the prophets." All right, and that, we live in that time also now, man. All right, which the Lord is speaking to the people. All right, by who? By his prophets, man. All right, we're the mouthpiece of the Most High, whose name is Yahweh, and the name of the Son being Yahweh Shai. We're the Most High, while Yahweh Shai's mouthpiece, speaking in the ears of the people. All right, the words that are written. Okay, it says, verse 2. It says, "Having these last days," which we're living in the last days. All right, the last days began after Yahweh Shai came on the scene and died on the cross for the sins of the elect. That was the beginning of the last days. All right, so we're in those days now. It says, "Having these last days spoken unto us by his Son," all right, which is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, whose real name is Yahweh Shai, man. All right, it says, "Spoke unto us by his Son, whom he have appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds." All right, with an S on the end, plural. So there's more than one world pursuant to the Bible, man, that the Lord himself, Yahweh Shai, created. All right, and the world that he loved is the world of Israel, primarily the elect. All right, the 144,000 and the 1/3. So let me jump back to John, St. John chapter 3. It says, St. John 3:16, "For God so loved the world," or the Most High so loved the world, "that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." Right, and the only ones that are going to solely believe on Yahweh Yahweh Shai are they of the elect. All right, the elect consists of what, the 144,000, which is 144,000 men of the nation of Israel, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and you have the 1/3 dealing with primarily women and children, man. All right, those are the ones that are going to solely believe in Yahweh Shai and do the things which he commanded, man. All right, it says, so yeah, the ones that believe on the Lord are not going to perish. All right, meaning what? The elect are not going to feel any harm, and they're not going to experience or take place in, I should say, in the pending doom that's to come primarily to America. Really, the whole world is going to be judged and purged, so to speak, but primarily America, Babylon the Great, is going to be a great judgment coming, all right? And those that believe on the Lord are going to be able to escape, all right? It says, verse 17, it says, for the Most High sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. And that's still talking about the elect, all right? The Lord didn't come to condemn the elect, but to save them, all right? It says, is the point, all right? It says, verse 18, he that believeth on him is not condemned, okay? So the ones that believe on Yahushua are not condemned. It says, but he that believeth not is condemned already. And the ones that don't believe, hey, they beginning with our own people, man. Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, all right? First and foremost, you have not the belief or not the faith in Yahushua. So what? You're condemned already. It says, because he believeth not in the name of the in the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High. And I got that definition for condemned pulled up. I was just doing a search just to see what the definition says, all right, of Google. This is condemned. It says express, all right, it says express complete disapproval of, typically in public, all right, censure, if I'm pronouncing that right. So yeah, and it notice it says express complete disapproval of, typically in public, man. And what? If you watch our videos, beginning with the apostles and elders, great millstone on down, we always say what? These guys that are scoffing, mocking the word of the Lord. All right, hell, guys that was once a part of us that showed a lack of faith, showed no faith and fell back into the world. What? We always say, hey, a lot of these guys are gonna be judged publicly, man. These guys are gonna be judged in public. All right, Lord's gonna start making public examples. That's the thing that we always say through the Spirit. All right, because why? They're condemned, man. All right, it says, all right, these are some of the synonyms. It says, censor, all right, criticize, denounce, revile, blame, chastise, rebuke, all right. The second definition says sentence someone to a particular punishment, especially death, right? You're condemned, meaning, hey, you're appointed to death, man, all right. And Yahushua have many instruments of death that are waiting, all right, beginning with, 2/3 of you blacks, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and you other nations, man, beginning with Esau, so-called white man. All right, you're automatically and already condemned for showing the St. John the 3rd chapter, man. All right, so brothers who are fighting for salvation, and trying to basically make foolproof ministry, we have to just endure and make sure through the Spirit that we don't fall subject to this condemnation that's coming to the world, man. All right, we just got to stay on the right path and keep fighting. All right, let me go from there to 1 John chapter 5, and I'm going to read verse 4. All right, because through our faith, this is how we're going to conquer and basically obtain the victory over the oppositions in this world, man. All right, Satan, all right, spiritual demon Satan, and his physical arm, man, which is who? Esau, the so-called white man, the sons and daughters of Edom. All right, our belief in the name of Yahweh, Yahushua, and our belief in his word and his truth is how we're going to obtain the victory, man. All right, this is 1 John 5 and 4. It says, for whatsoever is born of the Most High Yahweh overcometh the world. And the ones who are born of the Most High represent who? The elect, man. All right, it says, and this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith. All right, so that's how we're going to overcome and prosper, all right, in these latter days, not by the keeping of the laws, because we know we can't keep the law perfect, so we're not going to be judged solely based off how we keep the law. By us keeping the law to the best of our ability is one act of us showing our faith, all right. So we're going to be judged, and we're going to obtain victory by belief in Yahweh Shai. All right, going into these last days, as we read in Hebrews, the first chapter, brothers, faith is going to be tested. You have to basically trust in the Lord and apply the scriptures in those tough situations, and that's how you're going to be judged, man, about how much you can obtain and hold dear the faith. All right, it says, verse 5, it says, "Who is he that overcometh the world?" Hey, and brothers have, with through the Spirit, on a lesser level, we've overcome the world. Why? Because brothers forsook things, forsook certain things in the flesh. All right, we basically we basically turned our lives over to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So in that regard, brothers have overcame the world. But it says, "Who is he that overcometh the world? But he that believeth that Yahweh Shai is the Son of the Most High." Right. So you have to believe that Yahweh Shai is the actual Son of the Heavenly Father, and in believing in that, all right, we're not condemned, but we have, pursuant to John chapter 3, we have everlasting life, man. All right, which basically, in a nutshell, is the kingdom of heaven, which is promised unto the nation of Israel, primarily the 144,000, the 1/3. All right, 144,000 being that ruling government body. All right, it says, I'll just keep going. It says, verse 6. It says, "This is he that came by water and blood, even Yahweh Shai, not by water only, but by water and blood. And it is the Spirit that bears witness, because the Spirit is truth." All right, and we basically publish that man, that Spirit, the Spirit of truth, which is in the form of this word, man, the Holy Bible. All right, let me get that real quick. All right, it said, because the Spirit is truth, and we're out there on the highways and byways proclaiming this truth, man. All right, through the words of Yahweh Shai and the prophets, man. All right, which are contained in this Bible. This is St. John 6:63. It says, "It is the Spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life," man. Right, the words of Yahweh Shai, which, pursuing the book of Hebrews, this is what, "For lo, I come in the volume of the book." So the whole Bible are the words of Yahweh Shai, man, from Genesis, all right, all the way to Revelations, man. All right, these are the words of Yahweh Shai, and they are spirit and they are life, and through these words we have obtained life and not death, man. The ways of this world, the goings of the so-called white man and Satan, all right, but we've obtained life through the words of Yahweh Shai, okay, and by us believing solely upon him and believing on that name, all right, we're not condemned with this world, man. All right, matter of fact, let me end off on I think that's Acts 4:22, I believe. If I can't find it, I'll just do a quick search. Where's that? Where's that? None other name under heaven. It's in the book of Acts. Right, 4:12. Excuse me. Acts 4:12. It says, "Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved." Right, and that's a cut to people that say, hey, the name of the Lord is not important, or you can call him anything, he'll still answer and he'll grant you salvation. And, hey, that's a lie according to the scripture, man. There's only one name, and that name is Yahweh Shai. It's not Jesus. It's not Jesus Christ. All right. It's none of those, certain, like they may call the Lord Shia, like GOCC or whatever, Nah, man, it's Yahweh Shai. And that's the only name that we ought to call on to receive salvation. And we got to believe on that name so that we're not condemned with this world, man. All right. So, Lord willing, that was edifying. All right. I just wanted to hit those few points through the Spirit. All right. With that, all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Lord willing, to the next video. Shalom.